Alrighty, you guys, welcome back to a brand new episode here on
The ankle.
Hey Ember.
I hate you like I'm young.
Cartman, you ate the skin off of every piece of chicken!
Hello, honey.
The ankle's a little mean.
He looks like a fat Pauly Shore.
When the chow is tea, but the finna is gag, sis, I'm dead as a child.
So, good day everyone. I hope everyone is having a beautiful Thursday, and thank you so much for tuning on in, as always. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, like and subscribe, become a... So, for today's video, it's a doozy, y'all. I just know this one's gonna be a pain. She's in a mood lately. Oh, whatever. I have a feeling this is a new boo thing kind of thing. She always gets this cocky whenever she's got someone loaded in the chamber. So, but the title of this one is Beck silenced me with proof, and I'm a narcissist. LMAO. Let's talk. Episode 8. Y'all, this is gonna be so annoying. Oh my god. Just leave Beck alone. Leave Beck alone. Jesus, dude. She always got the most to say whenever someone isn't around to defend themselves, right? And I'm a narcissist. LMAO. Yeah, you are. You are. Dog, at every turn, how is it that everyone in your life, your immediate life, has issues with you, and they confront you with that, and you're every single time, I had no idea. Yeah, it's because you're a narcissist. You can only think about yourself. Hope that helps. Anyways, good lord. Yeah, so obviously Poopy's gonna get me in a certain type of mood today. So sit back, relax, guys, and let's dive right on into this. Shall we?
Hello, welcome to
Ember.
another Let's Talk video. Let's get straight into sweet and sour.
I hate that she's like really in a cocky mood lately.
Guys, I forgot to do my eyebrows. Do not come for me, even though I know you will.
Eye roll. Is she back with Emily, do you think? Because she's even talking like she was back then now. Maybe they never even broke up. I have been seeing comments and speculation because Emily's Facebook still says that she's in a relationship with Amber. Has the entire time.
Windows 96 said, I feel sorry for your mother, Amber.
Oof. But remember, guys, these are randomly chosen.
She doesn't. Blame.
Would you know? Could you ask her that? And could she feel like she could give you an honest answer, Amber?
Loki said, Amber has at least 100 pounds on Feudy. Yes, I do. Bampa
Oh, she's in a mood today, you guys.
Jangs2344 said, that's crazy for you to say considering you have a filter on and still look busted as fuck.
She is really in a mood. Oh, she said, fuck it. Fuck it. They know now that I pick everything, so let's just do it.
I have no filter on right now. I'm just busted naturally. What can I say?
True that, Amber. Truer words have never been spoken by you, actually. Busted.
J4 Life California said, love you, Amberlynn. I love you too. Dark
Side eye.
Humor 42 said, they didn't open the floodgates. You did by talking about them for years. You're so stupid. All right. You guys, I have a timeline. Let's do it. This took a while.
No one trusts you. Like, I don't know what you don't get about that, Amber. Even the reaction channels have more credibility than you do when it comes to presenting your own timeline. You've been talking shit for years, dog, before Beck ever came back into the picture.
I had to go through so many videos. It was insane. Please keep in mind that
She's this obsessed. She is this obsessed still over Beck. Beck, dude, you really fucking did something to her. I don't mean that in, like, accusing Beck of anything. I mean, I think it really hurt Amber that, now I'm just speaking from the perspective of Amber, mind you, that someone as lowly as Beck wouldn't even want her. I think that's what pisses her off more, and that's what she thinks about the situation.
Videos I'm about to show you is before Beck announced that they only want to go by they, them. On September 7th, Beck sent me a text message threatening me, saying, "Do not speak about me." And it was after I shared our proposal story. So they threatened the law, and I was
Okay. Yeah. And last effing warning. So they said it plenty of times before too, Amber. Dipshit.
like, okay, I'm just gonna take this seriously. Not out of fear, because you're
Bullshit. Bullshit. She said, okay, well, you threaten to sue me, I'll threaten to sue you.
allowed to share what you want. It was out of respect. So on September 13th,
Oh, eye roll. It wasn't out of respect.
2022,
She came on crying that a porn star was striking her something for copywriting the name Amber Lynn. I mean, fair, Amber Lynn is not her name. But she even went as far as to change her handle on YouTube. Like, all you have to do is vaguely threaten this girl and she backs right off. It shows you how much of a coward she actually is.
I uploaded a video saying I was no longer going to talk about Beck. Is it true that you told Becky you wouldn't talk about her if she didn't talk about you? So this is
And here you are, continuing to talk about Beck. You specifically chose a question to talk about Beck.
actually the final time I will talk about Becky. No, this is not my choice. She doesn't want me speaking about her.
You see? You see how this went? She could have just stopped talking about Beck entirely, which is what they wanted. But no, she's got, oh, it's up to them. She's just a bitch, dude.
Which, fine.
Also, this is like, I feel like a prime example of gaslighting.
That's great. I spent the last 5 years of my life with her, surrounded by her family, surrounded by her friends.
Also, I'm not super clear on the timeline. I don't know if Beck had come out as non-binary by this point.
Surrounded by her energy, her circle.
Because the only thing that makes me question that, and I'm just thinking out loud here, she's putting a lot of emphasis on her. You notice that?
I followed her life. I was part of her
No, I don't believe Beck had transitioned by this point, so, nah.
life. Those 5 years are...
She's more so pushing the blame onto Beck. That, like, all of this is because of them.
being erased from my life.
Oh,
She
shut
doesn't
up.
want me talking about her. I won't. I have so many things I want to say.
You can say a lot about your relationship with Beck. You don't need to go digging up the drama of it, though. And that's the thing. You would share these stories, and every single time it had negative connotations directed at Beck. Like, dude, if you can't tell a fucking story respectfully, then just don't.
So many things I want to say. You guys have no idea.
Oh, wow.
I am just going to shove my pride away. I'm going to shove my thoughts and
That lasted about 2 weeks.
my feelings away and my stories and experiences and things that I would like to share. Out of respect, because I'm not this cold-hearted person that people think I am, I
She just had to be threatened with a lawsuit.
will not be speaking about her anymore. This is what I consider being silenced. There's
Eye roll.
a lot that I feel in my heart that I would like to discuss and say, but I'm just not going to because I'm not that person.
But she wants to. But she's not that person. But she wants to. So you are that person.
If someone says literally to me, stop talking about me, then I'm gonna do it. I
Oh, are you?
did not speak about them until 2 years later.
I don't fully believe that.
It was January 15th,
Hold on.
2024. So in my vlogs at the time, I was doing like mini Q&As, and someone had asked me a question about Beck because Beck was now speaking about me again out of literally nowhere. And this was my response. So the last question I'm gonna do is,
Oh my god. Sorry, it just really took me by surprise.
how do you feel about Becky talking about you again? So honestly, I find it a little weird, only because she was the one who initially said, keep my name out your mouth or the law is gonna get involved. And then I think it was a few months later, I brought up the law just to remind her that that was initially what she wanted.
Right, so you were the one to initially bring it up again and dangle the whole law thing in front of them.
It was my way of agreeing, but like now she's talking about me. I don't know. Share your story, share your truth, share what you think is your truth.
See how condescending that is? Share what you think is your truth. Oh, bitch. No wonder the floodgates got opened. Like, Amber, you did it to yourself.
I don't know what else to say about it.
Maybe also if you didn't treat all of your ex-partners like absolute garbage and shit, maybe they wouldn't have something terrible to say about you.
At this point, because
That's the thing. And I think it was highlighted very specifically with the whole Snowflake divorce rumor, whatever, that she started talking about. Listen, I don't know about his personal life. I hope everything's fine. I hope he's doing all right. Period. That's that. But I find it very telling that she automatically assumes that because someone is divorced, that means it was a terrible marriage. It was a terrible divorce. Girl, people can amicably split up. I know you wouldn't know about that because every single girlfriend has to literally ditch you. But, yeah.
I'm just not really into this whole let's talk shit about our ex for money because
Please. Meanwhile, Beck was still popping up in most of her titles.
I just wish her
Is my ex.
nothing but healing, happiness, health, success, all the good things in the world. Then a few months later, on April 4th,
She's real fucking pressed about this.
2024, people were saying that I was faking being in a relationship because Beck and Destiny were both engaged and married. So this is what I said in response to that. Guys, I have had an absolute influx.
I don't think... no, Beck hadn't been engaged by that point, I don't think. They were in a relationship.
People contacting me about my exes. One has a new girlfriend.
And you also choose to talk about this on your channel. Who cares what people are messaging you? Like, once again, these people that are messaging you, feeding you information, are actually the ones getting you to act a damn fool.
And one is married. People are assuming I am single, which I get it. People are also assuming I'm jealous and bitter. Literally, no. I want
Literally, no.
both of them to be happy. I want them to move on from
You're right. You were with a married woman at that point. So, good job, Ambi. Good job.
me.
A married woman that wanted nothing to do with you beyond just through the phone.
Relationships that we've had. I do have a love life, though. I very much do. I have talked about Valentine a little bit. Have
Eye roll.
talked about her, and it was before.
Do we want to open this floodgate also? Because as much shit as you talk about Beck, Amber, you know Erica and Brittany are way messier. So go for it, girl. Round what, 10?
Before my ex got a girlfriend, it was before my ex got married. Because I'm over there on Instagram, like, yeah, I do have, a little love life going. Just know that I'm very happy, and I'm also happy for my exes. I'm not some like jealous, bitter, crazy ex. I've moved on.
Okay.
I want you guys to do the same. We are all our own separate individuals, living our own separate lives. And I just really, truly think it's time. Just let me be me. And I no longer want to be like Destiny's ex or Becky's ex. Like, I am happy. And I'm also happy for my exes. Like,
Sure.
I am capable of feeling that way.
I don't really care to react all that much to the fucking old videos. It's just her padding the time again so that she has to do even less work today.
Spoke about Beck just randomly. I was always prompted to by my audience.
You choose what you do and don't speak about. Don't push it onto your audience, okay? The audience could be saying, I mean, hey, let's just use this as an example. Your audience has been bringing up the inappropriate things that you have said and done around minors. You decide not to talk about it. Okay, well, why can't you decide not to talk about your exes? It's because it's all she frickin' has.
99.9999999% of the time, I ignored it. But there were
eye roll.
2 times that I actually responded, and that was my responses that I just showed you.
Okay, but you also have to admit that there is a bit of a... Now, this is me kind of going off, so feel free to skip ahead. You have to kind of admit that there's a bit of like a time shift or perspective, something that's a little different when you're only uploading, let's say, 30 minutes at max content a week. That's like your statement for a whole week, dude. That's kind of big, you know? Like, most people on here, for example, you guys get to hear from me every single day. So, you know, she, and sometimes would only come on once a week. If you're making a statement for the week, that has a lot more weight than coming in like daily, talking about a lot of other things, and then once or twice mentioning this or that. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm conveying my thought properly. I don't know if my thought makes any sense to begin with.
I was respectful in both of those clips.
See, now that's where we would disagree.
Keep in mind,
share what you think is your truth.
Between the September stuff where they threatened me with the law and then the 2 years that I did not speak about them, they were speaking about me randomly and I still chose not to speak about them. But whenever I did, those 2 clips, I still made sure to be respectful.
Why are you so bent out of shape about this, huh? Huh? Did a nail get hit on the head again?
Sometime in January of 2025, I was watching a live stream and they were saying things that were just not true, very much speculation. So
let me guess, Jordy? Was it Jordy? You shady little devil.
I was like, okay, I'm watching the live stream, so I'm just going to chime in. I wanted to clarify.
Oh, this is 1,000% Jordy.
Rumors that were not true. Beck saw that I did that and then lashed out. Even though Beck had free range to say whatever they wanted for years.
Free range. Free range. I love how y'all been bringing that up. I think I've even said that before. So, like, but free reign.
And I did not say anything. The minute I said one thing to just like stick up for myself, they went ham. It truly felt like they were almost just like waiting in the corner.
They were like, give me a fucking reason. They said that, Amber. They said, give me a reason. And you did. Doesn't matter how small, you gave them the reason. So,
to see if
and that was your choice.
Spoke about them in like any sort of way that did not, you know, seem respectful or just like perfect under their eyes.
She has the audacity to say that with how vile she spoke to Beck. Dog. Ambi, this is why you get what you get. But yeah, no, Beck is the delusional one, you crazy bastard.
Because they wanted that moment to pounce. So they took that and they decided to make so many videos about me, lying, exaggerating, and sharing personal details of our relationship.
I don't think the corner wipe was lying or exaggerating.
I was
Or you saying that you were attracted to an underage Billie Eilish, but oh.
very, very respectful to them, even during times where they were sharing things that genuinely hurt me.
Well, of course it hurt you. It would hurt me too if someone shared my wiping habits, but truth be told, no one would fucking know about that but me.
It wasn't until I realized that Beck was willing to lie that I realized, wait, I think I need to stick up for myself.
Oh, bullshit.
It's all just giving weird energy to
What was the lie, Amber? What was the lie? Because you never confirmed or denied what you said about Billie Eilish. Never did that. You completely avoided that topic. Right on to Wipegate, which fair. That's pretty scandalous. But I do find it very interesting that she addressed nearly every goddamn thing that Beck said, except for that.
me, and I'm gonna move on now. So let's get into sip and community.
Can we? Can we actually move on? Jesus. Let me guess, all the random questions just so happen to be about Beck.
You had a Chick-fil-A cup in last night's live. You truly don't give a crap. Never come on here ever again crying.
Whoa. Whoa. I think you should have been a little more specific with your words there. Don't ever come on crying with your performative activism again. That part.
Love their ice. I'm not gonna lie about it. I get a fountain drink from them almost daily because their ice
So she's ordering from Chick-fil-A almost daily. Let that sink in.
is spectacular. Sometimes I'll get a kale salad with the chicken wrap, but I'm telling you, Chick-fil-A is not gonna be the thing that makes me gain weight. Why?
Amber, it's about morals, okay? And I'm not coming on here to tell any of y'all how to spend your money. Because you're not public figures. You know, spend however you want. I think she should be more cautious, and it just shows how uneducated she is.
Don't you ask Mama Lynn to take you to a park and record walking laps?
But no, go ahead, Amber. Go ahead. Order from Chick-fil-A every single day. Dipshit.
That'd be encouraging content fans could get behind.
Period.
Much more interesting than what I pretend to eat in a day. See, when I first started reading this, I was like, wait, this is actually a really good idea.
Amber, see, any amount of criticism or sarcasm, anything, and she is going to discredit everything that you said. So now she's not going to even consider it because, they were a little snarky at the end. You're just proving this person right.
And then the whole what I pretend to eat in a day just goes to show that, like, you're not here to see me improve. You're just here to troll and here to be rude. You wouldn't be watching me.
Oh, but once again, what happened to nuance? There's absolutely zero nuance when it comes to Amber Lynn, between Amber Lynn and her critics. None. She sees it as full black and white.
Walking laps
But then we need to be nuanced when thinking of her. Bullshit.
to be like, yeah, go for it, Amber Lynn, you're doing great. You'd be watching it to make fun of my body. I'm not stupid. Did they?
Actually, I think you are. I think you genuinely are. Or you're so jaded now to this point that you can't see people wanting better for you, even if it is through sarcasm. Be so freaking for real. She's a child, dude. She's a literal child. Only a little kid would fucking think this way.
Check you for your heart enzymes at the emergency room. That is how I found out I had a heart problem. Yes, they did my labs and they did check it. It was some word that starts with a T.
Actually, I heard something recently that, like, a large percentage of people aren't functioning above, like, an 8th grade brain level. That probably sounded really stupid, but, like, however they regulate that. Actually, let's think about it this way. Not Tammy. Fuck. Oh my god, why am I blanking? Stop. Stop. Okay, the other Slayton sister, Amy. Holy fuck. Oh, I'm so sorry. Amy Slayton, on the newest episode of their show, she got brain scans and all that shit done, and they said you're functioning at like an 11-year-old's brain level, shit like that, or she's only functioning at 30% of what her brain is capable of. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then you think that there's probably a decent amount of people like that. It makes things make a lot of sense, doesn't it? Fuck. But I also think that, like, putting that into statistics and trying to actually measure that in general is kind of ableist. Like, I don't like the idea of going around thinking that like 40% of people are functioning at a certain level. That feels gross, you know?
Or an L. I don't remember. But yeah, they checked my labs and my heart is perfectly normal. And they also
Go figure.
did the CT scan and a chest x-ray. Are you guys noticing
And let me guess, everything perfectly fine? You just had to go back twice.
it's time for the interview?
I hate these names.
So, Ambi, hi, I love you. There's a
Ew.
rumor that you're quitting YouTube.
Who would have came up with that rumor? Would have been Amber.
Please tell me that that is very much not true.
Please, whatever would we do?
I really love your content and enjoy it.
Thank you so much. And that is definitely just a rumor. I am not quitting YouTube.
No, she couldn't.
What are you hoping the future of your channel will look like?
I'm hoping that one day, like, the love
One day more. No, she needs to just be hoping she'll wake up tomorrow.
will be louder than the hate.
Maybe, Amber. Maybe one day if you actually can prove you're capable of change. But until then, you're still the same old hog. Sorry.
There will always be hate, always be rumors, always be speculation, all of that stuff. But I hope that it'll just be like a normal amount. Like, what
Not as long as you keep functioning the way you do.
every
Not a fan of how you function.
YouTuber has to experience. I experienced something at a completely different level, and I hope
It's because you're so delirious.
that just like goes away one day.
If your delirium just goes away one day, but I'm guessing it won't.
Evelyn, I know things have been really tough lately, very heat to karma, but I was
Eye roll.
wondering, what's something in your life right now that still brings you comfort or joy, even on like the hardest days, like maybe a favorite book,
Chick-fil-A.
cozy routine, or a moment with your pets?
Yes.
And thank you for answering. I love you. I love your videos. Thank you.
These are so weird.
Thank you. And yes, my pets absolutely bring me like literally so much comfort. Like we have a Twinkie behind me right now snoring. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's so sweet. I also find comfort in just like Legos, and I have this app on my phone. It's a game. It's called like Harbor Gossip or Gossip Harbor. I don't even know, but I'm like obsessed with it. It's just like so relaxing. Just having YouTube videos on in the background, podcasts and things like that. Obviously having my mom in my life is way up there, like number one
Well, yeah, who else would take care of you?
with my pets.
Yeah, the pets. Which two that fucking remain. The last men standing. What?
The one I just heard, you guys are not going to be hearing. This is the first time I've ever had to edit one out.
Huh.
What? That was so offensive. That just left me with my jaw on the floor.
Hi, girl.
How much you wanna bet ain't nothing there?
My question to you is, what keeps your drive up? Like, what keeps you motivated to post? What's
Chick-fil-A.
your work ethic like? I'd love to know. And yeah.
Muster up 10 to 15 minutes a day. If
My
that.
work ethic is hecticana. I'm just kidding. When I have a job, like an actual real job that's not YouTube,
Amber, you can't even talk about that. You can't. It's been nearly a decade. Like, You can't talk about having a real job.
Show up, like, for me, I was gonna say I show up on time, but random
You show up when your caretaker shows up for their shift.
fact, if you show up early, that's on time. If you show up like actually on time, like say your shift is at 9 a.m. and you show up like a minute early, bro, you're late. Like, you need to show up like 10 minutes early. That's the way that I am and believe.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm a good worker when I am working, but I haven't had like a real job, quote unquote, in years. But I mean, it's
And remember how you weren't a great worker at the last two? Yeah.
2025. Social media is a job. That's genuinely where it's gotten now.
I wouldn't say it's a super reliable one, though. Especially for someone like you, who seems to tiptoe on the rules.
But what keeps me posting is like I get a lot of support and I appreciate it so much. And also, like,
She needs the money, one. She likes the money. Fair. But she also likes not having to do much. Like, she would be pissing and crying if she had to go to work every single day.
I have to make money. The same reason why everyone gets up and has to go to work, whether it's being a
Yeah, but you don't have to be like a whale about it. Sorry.
waitress or being a TikToker or an author writing their next book.
I find it interesting she brought up waitressing or waiting in general, something she could never do. Could you imagine her pulling a 14-hour double? No!
All need to get up and survive. And part of surviving is making money.
Do you see yourself
Wow.
living in Oklahoma for a couple of years or like the rest of your life? Or do you still plan on, moving to Seattle for a couple months or so?
So
She ain't going nowhere, dog.
I don't see myself ever moving to Seattle. That dream has way left. And that was such a weird dream. See, we go through eras. As people are
Amber, most people don't go through an era of like, oh my god, yes, I'd love to live in this one city that I've romanticized so much. Most people have like some realism put in there. She is literally just like a Disney character, dude. The most worst written one.
minds change. But I see myself in Oklahoma for a while, yeah, but you never know what the future has in store.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd kind of love to see a Vegas Lynn moment. I kind of would. If she gets someone, at least make them at least 25, Amber, okay? Fuck. Then move out to Oklahoma or out to Vegas, whatever, gal. That's the fast track.
Oh, gee, the queen has answered. So
Everyone sounds so young, by the way. Mind you again.
I just seen that you responded, so I'm sorry that this took so long. I just came back from bingo, and I seen that you also frequent bingo, and I think that's super cool. I can relate to you in so many ways, and I'm a new fan. I just recently...
With peace and love. Respectfully. Share the question first. Fuck.
Like, came across your channel, and I can relate so many things that you've posted, and I just want to say that I think you'd be a really cool friend. I don't know if you would like actually want to be friends with a fan, because I know that you've had like bad experiences in the past, so I completely get if not. But I just want to say,
Well, they started as good experiences until, they became not because Amber, messy.
I idolize you.
Oh, eye roll.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so my question for you is, do you
I'm going to say right there, that friendship will not work. If someone idolizes the other person, it's never going to be a balanced relationship, especially with a fucking egomaniac like Amber. Look at her, brushing her hair, looking right at the camera like, she idolizes me.
have you ever considered like gastric bypass surgery?
Oh, this is a newbie. Okay, let's be easy on him.
And you might have already answered this. I have to keep going through your videos and see if you had it already. But
She ain't gonna fucking like too much of what she sees down the line.
I had the bypass surgery January of last year. I have lost 130 pounds.
Yeah.
Congrats!
I feel like the gastric bypass surgery for me really helped me not to overeat, because my thing is I have a food addiction.
Relatable.
And I was 300 pounds at 5'1", and that was the heaviest I've ever been. I've lost 130, so I'm at 170 now. My goal was to get down to 140, but
Yeah, she's jealous as fuck. She's
over-
like, damn, bitch's heaviest wasn't even my lowest.
I can do that soon. But yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering if you considered gastric bypass. I know it's like a major surgery.
Oh my
and a
god.
major life change,
Wrap it up, sweetie.
But I feel like it helped me, and maybe it could help.
Who's that Kim lady? Kim of Queens? Is that the name of the show? She was like a pageant lady down in the South, and she had a short-lived reality TV show. She's iconic. But she definitely would have been coming out and like hand on the mic, like, okay, sweetie, and then other hand on the girl's back. Like, okay, everybody.
You, but I don't know. I love you, Amber. Thank you for responding.
You're genuinely so sweet. Like, thank you so much for the kind words. And I just want to say, like, congratulations, like, losing that weight. Like, weight loss surgery is genuinely just a tool. Like, you did that. Good job. It's so
Amber can't do shit.
inspiring when I hear people, like, losing so
No, it's
much
not.
weight. Like, I love that. As for the first question about, like, the whole friend thing, I used to become friends with fans. A couple of my actual greatest friends ever were once just like subscribers. And one in particular, I've known for over a decade, and we talk daily. But after
Side eye. I don't believe none of this. Because then she comes on crying like every 6 to 9 months, I would say. Like, I just have no one, and so which is it, Amber? I have all these friends from decades ago, or I have no one.
everything that's like happened in my life in the last year, like, I just don't trust anyone. It's like nothing against my viewers.
No, I think it's 1,000% you. The common denominator here is you, Amber. Because generally speaking, even if someone is out to frame you in a bad light, if you don't do anything that can be framed in a bad light or is in a bad light, then you're good, right?
My subscribers, like, I genuinely love you guys so much, but like, I can't trust people at all.
It's because you're just as messy as the people you go after.
Regarding the gastric bypass, so a couple years ago, I genuinely was going to get it. Like, I went through the ringer. I spent so much money because I had to go and do all these tests and do this and that. And like,
And it was all for nothing.
I really was doing the damn thing. And then I slowly was getting into a breakup. I became super unhappy, and I was like,
Slowly. Slowly? Okay.
I'm not in a stable position to drastically change my life like that. So I ended up putting
Okay, what are you doing now, though? Huh? What are you doing now, though? Waiting until December? Yeah, go figure.
the surgery off. And since then, I've realized, like, I don't think I want it right in my current life. All right, you guys, now
Go figure. Yeah.
it's time for
It wouldn't work for her. That's the thing. It just wouldn't. She needs, and I don't think any reliable doctor would perform that surgery on her because she's going to need super intensive therapy beforehand.
tea or tail.
I don't care.
Eating protein will make Amberlynn gain weight. So
Why are we still on about this?
no, protein will not cause weight gain. Excess calories will. That could be from fat.
All the carbs, though, that come in those protein bars as well, Amber, because that's the thing. Those bars are made for people that are exercising and burning more than they are naturally taking in. So that's why you need more. To be honest, I think it's just a protein supplement to kind of like make it a little healthier. But really, you're there for the carbs. Those are what's going to burn and what's going to fuel you more. She doesn't need it. She doesn't need it. She doesn't do enough fucking exercising in a day to justify needing more carbohydrates.
It could be from carbs, and it can also be from protein. But protein itself, no, that won't cause weight gain. Amberlynn is a narcissist, and that is why she buys her mom gifts.
Who said it like that specifically? Girl, you're so dumb. No, you're a narcissist because you couldn't just let your mom have a good Mother's Day moment, okay? Not only did you have to take it in the video right then and there, and I also got mentioning, oh, I just did so much. I let her. Like, the language that you use, plus the very fact that later that night you turned around and made her have to spend all freaking evening with you in the hospital. Like, come on.
I'm telling you, the way
She's always going to miss the fucking point.
that people try to just like twist any good
Who's the one twisting here?
quality that I might just have, okay? And they try to make it so harsh and horrible. I'm just like, what planet am I living on? So when it comes to like friends and family, gift giving is definitely my love language. It's not entirely about the gift. It's about like what it represents. For me, it's like a physical thing and way for me to be like, I care about you. I'm thinking about you. I appreciate you as a person. I genuinely
No, why don't you just say those things?
like surprising my mom with gifts because of that reason. Seeing how happy it makes her, it makes me happy. And I like making other people happy. And
All the weird cuts.
if I have
No, you like having stuff to hold over their head.
someone in my life where I can tell that like getting random gifts makes them happy, makes them feel cared for, then I'm going to do it. That's
Wow. And why wasn't Grandma included in any of that? Huh? Huh? Didn't want to do anything Mother's Day related with Grandma? No? All the girls? No? Yeah, I find that very telling.
not the only way that I show that I love my mom. Let me make that clear. I'm just bringing this up because this is such like a hot topic. It's kind of weird actually, but
Like I always say, a hit dog will holler.
on Mother's Day, like I wanted to switch it up. I was originally going to do it for her birthday because I always surprise her with stuff, but I wanted her to go into it like she can get whatever she needed or wanted. So I thought that was a fun concept
Go grab whatever you need, Mom. Only the essentials.
to take my mom on like a shopping spree. It was a way for us to bond and just like spend time together. I know a lot of like mother daughters or like father's daughter, whoever it may be, like it's fun to go shopping with someone that you enjoy being around. Like if you two both enjoy shopping, like shopping together is fun. I genuinely just wanted to spend the whole day treating her and doing things that she enjoys. That's why I took her to her favorite restaurant, her favorite store. I took her to the casino. I mean, she drove, but I treated her for all these things because I wanted the day to be just about her. You
Oh, how lovely.
guys would never believe it. Someone literally
But yet, let me guess, she had to cater to, sorry, hiccup, your needs along the way? Probably, yeah.
sent me a message on Instagram. They were like, I cannot believe that you took your mom out to eat just so you could eat. I can't believe like you were eating there. And then you went to the casino and like you did the
Oh, eye roll. Amber, you're just giving the people exactly what they want. You are giving these people that send these messages exactly what they want. And making yourself look like a freaking dipshit in the process.
casino thing. Like I thought your mom was just there to like do the casino thing. And I was like,
How does she actually have supporters when all she ever does is connect with the haters and allows the haters to take up such huge portions of her videos? Because she's been going on and on about this, but that one girl who was really sweet and really nice to her, ow, Congrats on your weight loss.
Yeah, I took my mom out to eat. Am I supposed to just like watch her eat? Am I supposed to just
I mean, yeah, honestly, at where you are in needing to save your fucking life, yes, Amber, sit there and fucking watch. Drink some ice water and shut up.
like watch her play like the casino games? Like, what? So you're telling me
Eye roll and look at her, still fucking going.
when you invite someone out to dinner, you don't eat, you just watch them eat? It's like the strangest concept. Like, that message was off the wall weird. They also were like, you took her shopping. Why did you have to buy something? I bought soap. Like, it's okay, I promise.
Incredible, Amber.
It was just like so many weird complaints about my Mother's Day where, like, genuinely, my mom had the time of her life. I had the time of my life. It was
Of course you did.
so good just spending time with my mom.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it just feels like a lot of bitter
So good you needed to spend the whole night with her too in the ER.
energy coming from people. Amberlynn hand
And you're picking it up. That's the thing, Amber. Like, you can say people are throwing weird energy at you, but you're gloving up to fucking catch it. So, like...
picks her oracle cards. No.
Okay, so she's watching, you guys. She is watching. Definitely again. I don't know if she ever stopped, but she's watching. And I know there's a lot of new people here. She's been watching for a minute. We've known, so...
No. The universe would be extremely mad at me, and I
eye roll.
take my oracle readings very seriously. That's the reason why, like, I don't do oracle readings on people who do not have my permission.
Okay, Amber.
Consent matters when you are doing oracle readings because you need that person's energy. You need it before a reading and after a reading. It's really
That's not my belief, so... And funny, huh? People's beliefs are entirely personal to themselves and their own individual practices, Amber. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
important. Without that, you're literally just getting distorted interpretations because it's not.
She is so watching! Oh my god. Oh, okay, so every Monday, you guys, we are doing an poops. Amber tarot reading. Absolutely. Obviously, bitches pressed.
Based off of the person's energy, it's more so coming from a bias. So the reader won't be going off of energy, they'll be going off of assumptions instead of the truth. So it's good.
How is it? Hold on. So even if we had your consent, gal, even if you came on here and said, I give consent for people to do tarot readings on me, how is it then not a bias still, when it's still individual to the person who's reading? You make no fucking sense.
Stay respectful when you are doing oracle readings and only do
Oracle readings? Those are cards that she bought off TikTok.
them on people who give you permission. And don't handpick your cards.
I'm gonna keep doing them, and I'm gonna do them more. 2 times a week. No, I'm kidding. Just before she pops on spouting her bullshit.
All right, you guys, it is time for bad choices.
Literally, it's the last 45 seconds. So, if it was more than that, I would just clip it here. But let's just get through it.
So let's choose 5. There's 2.
Damn. I thought maybe that was a cushion. Nope. Whole arm.
There's 4, and here's another. Do you like dirty talk during sex? I do. A lot.
Ew.
Would you break up with your partner if you caught them cheating? Yes, I would.
Girl, bye. She'd beg them.
In your lifetime, have you sent or received more than 10 different dick pics? Yes, unsolicited. If your partner eats food off of someone's naked body, is that cheating? Yes. I firmly believe there's a such thing as micro cheating.
Now I know she picked this up off fucking TikTok or some shit. That sounds so stupid.
That very much falls under it. Everyone has their own boundaries though, so just make sure those are like set when you get into a relationship so everyone can respect each other's boundaries. Very, very important. Would you put
Oh, yeah. Very important that you respect hers, but if she's going to respect yours, probably not.
pose as a nude model for an art class?
Listen, that would be a very different form than what you would normally get. So, one of my issues with the fine art model classes that we had to take, because we had to take like 7 hour long drawing classes once or twice a week where there was a nude model right in front of us. Most of the time female. I did have to specifically request to have male in there every now and then. But we also had to specifically request more diverse bodies because there weren't too many heavy set people that would come in. And like, yeah, you want to draw the form and whatnot, but you want to draw all forms,
That is a big no. Alright, you guys, so that is the end
There's plenty of drawings of her already online.
of this Let's Talk video. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
She was on a roll today, y'all. Full buttered and everything. So with that, let's check the comments. Content idea, let's talk on a treadmill. She would not be able to talk. So your proof that you stopped talking about Beck is showing clips and screenshots of you talking about and shading Beck? What the fuck are you on, dude? No, exactly. She's so deluded. You weren't silenced. You had boundaries placed by someone you admittedly controlled and couldn't stand it. Be effing for real. Period. And she wants to talk about she respects boundaries in relationships. Obviously not. When have you ever been silenced? You never shut up. Period. Stop blaming others for your behavior. Take accountability. That'll never happen. I followed her life. As if you could get anywhere on your own. Beck drove you around. How come Feline is off limits, but you keep going on and on about Beck? You're such a weirdo. I think it's because if she tempted Feline enough, Feline could just put out one statement to probably end Amber. Amberlynn will make a timeline and edit clips in to shade her ex. Amberlynn won't film a weigh-in. Amber, you just opened a can of worms you can never close. Everyone has the receipts too, and they will do their own investigation. Be prepared for that. Beck's still in the rotation? No one's even brought up Beck in a moment. You're obsessed. For God's sakes, we know the timeline and details of the Beck situation. You're just salty because they finally had the courage to leave you. You thought you were better than them when you're not. Thank gosh they came forward, after all this time, because it just shows the best way to handle bullies is by standing up for yourself. You're not the victim in this. Let them be in peace. In turn, this will help you too. Period, queen. Free range. The saying is free reign. Your brain really has to make everything about food. She just wants to be put out to pasture, dude. Let's say I do gaslight my audience. Who freaking cares? Amber Reed. So you admitted that you cherry pick voice notes that give you compliments and worship you. Keep telling on yourself because you're not good at this manipulation game. Amber, in order to be silenced, you have to shut up first. They didn't threaten you. They told you to leave them alone. For someone who hates talking about their exes, you sure talk about them a lot. It's all she has. It's free reign, not free range. Cluck cluck. Here's proof you are a horrible person. Just leave Beck alone, period. You are jealous and bitter. You've admitted to being controlling and manipulative towards your exes. Why are all your segments food themed? Why do you think? The love will never be louder than the hate with you because you never, never, never change. You are forgetting that while Beck had asked you to stop talking about them, you were continuously trashing them on your Instagram stories. Or do those not count just because they aren't on YouTube? There we go. Girl, you talked about Beck in between those clips. Yeah, no, definitely. If you asked ChatGPT to describe the laziest narcissist on YouTube, Amber would be it. You never take accountability for shit. It's always somebody else's fault. Nobody can silence you or prevent you from anything. You need serious help. Holy shit. No, for real. You're missing the point. The point is, why do you always have to go out to eat whenever you leave the house? Amber talking about work ethic based off of the one part-time job she had 10 years ago is truly comical. Like, it has to be trolling. No, I think she genuinely believes that. It's free reign, not free range, LMAO. Beck isn't a chicken. The eyebrows are really sending me. I honestly didn't even notice them, probably because they weren't there. You literally destroyed Beck's mental health and left them traumatized for years. How dare you say that they lied, period. Free range, haha, you got chicken on the brain. I think she's got full-on cow family. You act like people are wanting you to talk about your exes. People don't care what you have to say because you're just going to lie about them anyways. That part. So respecting people's wishes to not talk about them online to thousands of people is silencing? Yikes. Wait, you get a drink from Chick-fil-A almost daily? What happened to only having takeout twice a week? Don't try to act all self-righteous about showing up early to work. We've heard stories about your last real job. You had to hide in the bathroom to avoid working. It's free reign, not free range. You ever going to get off the couch and do something? Nope. No, because someone criticized her. Do you truly believe it's always the people around you? It's not, it's you. The common denominator is you. All signs point to Big Al. I've never seen someone's neck jiggle while speaking. Have you seen Foodie? People don't forget that Amber talked about Beck a lot on Instagram. Oh, people, please don't forget. She would often make passive-aggressive statements towards her exes, implying she was talking about Beck, but never said Beck's name. It's free reign, not free range. Amber, work on your vocabulary. It's horrible. Consent is so important when it comes to oracle readings, you guys, and she takes it very seriously, but not the consent of her partners. Huh? No? I think Casey, Destiny, Beck would all have to disagree on the consent mattering with Amber Lynn. Anyways, I don't mean that in like the same way for each particular relationship. I just want to make that clear. Like Casey, we all know the reason why. Destiny, filming them in the shower, filming them in very compromising ways, all that. And then Beck, of course. But yeah. Anyways, y'all, she got me pressed today. You could found the right one today, poops. But let me know your thoughts, y'all. I want to get this edited and sent right out for you. I know you're hungry for it. No, ew. Fuck. No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much, you guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like and subscribe. Become a... I hope everyone has a beautiful rest of their Thursday. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.